You look beautiful.
Stop it.
Do you want to introduce us?
No, what do I say? No, start again. You introduce us. That's your thing.
I did last time. It's your turn.
No, it's your thing.
Okay. Hi there, everyone. Galley Girls are back again for episode 2 of our podcast. I'm Darryl, also known as Poppy Cleo on Ravelry and Poppy_Cleo on Instagram.
Hi, I'm Noellene. I'm known as Nolza on Ravelry. And yeah, don't really go on it that much. Well, I go on it that much, but I don't have a lot of projects on it, by the way.
Instagram?
Yeah, don't go on that much either.
What's your name on Instagram?
I don't even know.
It's Noellene Hooper. Noellene although we will have it underneath, I hope.
Some English Brit. That's
Sorry?
a dishwashing tea that you made me.
Oh, did I get it around the wrong way? Sorry.
It's alright, I'll forgive you this once.
Sorry, I've got the English breakfast. I'm eating just gumboot tea, I call it, and in my lovely mug that I picked up at Jenna's department store in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and I bought it because it had knitting on it.
What about that rug that we saw yesterday in Farmers? That was cool. And I think it would suit this.
And they didn't have a price on it, so I don't know what that was about.
Must be free.
Must be free. Okay, so what have you been up to the last 2 or 3 weeks, Knowles?
I've been working a lot. I've been on overnights. Overnights, trips. However, I did go to a yarn shop in Melbourne. And
what one was that called?
Morrison's and Son.
Morrison's Sons.
Morrison's Sons. And I went a little bit crazy with shopping, and I have another trip there next week, and probably gonna buy a lot more. So I fell in love with everything. I was like a kid in a candy store. I went crazy. The guy behind the counter was like, "Oh my god, you're insane!" And then I had to.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
how
because
rude.
no, but he loved my enthusiasm. But he was like, "Okay," and then I was with Cassandra, and she was like, "Okay." I was like, "Oh, I better leave."
Get out of here.
But yeah, I had about 8 skeins I was going to buy, and then I tallied it all up, and I couldn't really afford it. So I had
do
to
you
put some
know
away.
that you spend $500 there in a year, and they give you a $50 voucher?
I've spent $220 there so far.
And like, we don't even live in that city.
I went there once. For one time I went there. Brought needles and yarn.
I know.
It's good though.
It is good. Okay, so what's boarding? Have you found any patterns that you like that you want to knit?
I have. What is that pattern name? I've actually started it. Hold on.
Are you telling the story?
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't look at patterns, names and stuff, but I just look at it, try and understand how to read it, because
fair enough.
Yesterday I found out I couldn't really read a simple pattern, so
That's like me.
oh my god.
Oh my gosh, you're having a purple blue kick.
I love all those colours. I just go through like phases.
God. I'm gonna have to go to your place and steal.
Well, probably because I've stolen heaps of yours.
How much have you done on that?
A little bit.
I'm thinking here because like I saw this project like 2 days ago, and I don't think it's got any bigger.
Yay.
It's a start.
I've done this 3 times. I've cast this on 3 times because I should try and find the photo, but like it just goes all wonky. But this is my first time doing a setup
By yourself.
But yeah, by myself. The
You're
last
doing
time
good.
you did my shawl, you did it. And I have no idea what I did in the last couple of times because it was like, nee. But
How did it go?
Stop it. It's a little bit there. I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's see. It looks fine.
Yeah, it's not perfect though.
Oh my god. It looks fine.
It has to be right. I know when you block it, it all comes out. But
What's the pattern?
I don't know what the pattern is. It was my first download on Ravelry. It was really
This
amazing.
is a podcast of firsts.
I know. Hey, you've got what, 50 years experience? I've got a year and a bit.
Not of downloading for Ravelry.
Oh well. Is that Cara?
Oh, beautiful. It's Courier Cove. We'll hold it up. You can see it. Yeah.
And I've got the same colours as well. And I think
Is it
that's
focusing? I
really
can't see
attracted
with
me
my
too.
eyesight.
Mm,
Is it focusing?
not really, but you know, they'll
shame.
get the gist of it.
Just your sort of asymmetrical triangular shawl with stripes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I think it was about $8 New Zealand dollars.
It's pretty.
But I liked it. And then it's my colours I've got.
I
was going to do something else with this, but then I couldn't figure it out. I know you told me, but
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was just like, that pattern was a gradient, and I've got two different colours. So I'm doing that one. But
is there any other patterns you found that you want to knit?
Oh, many of more. My Ravelry has just like jumped up, but in like 10 in the queue for one night of looking for this pattern.
That's what I use my queue to actually just things I like.
Yeah.
Rather than what I want to knit.
Do you
then I go
add
through
it to
and then
the library or?
Well, sometimes.
I don't get how to use it.
Some people like things they like they put to their favourites. I don't know. I just use my queue as that, and then I go back. And
That's
then
my favourites
and then
is what I would
go
knit.
back a week later and think, oh no, I actually don't really like that anymore. Delete. And then I'll go back 2 months later and think, I really like that, and then remember that I actually liked it once.
You liked it once before. There is a pattern, and I'm gonna buy it probably, but it's got lace in it, and I don't know how to lace. You scare me. You say it's really hard. Well, it's not.
No,
hard,
I
but
didn't.
You did.
I just said you can't do
Just like
it
first day
when
I
you're
met it.
tired. So you can't do it after work. I certainly can't do it with a glass of wine in hand. And you can't do it with, I can't do it with distractions anyway. Unless it's a really simple lace pattern, then I can. I can't even watch like podcasts or anything.
So you need a quiet room.
Yeah, it's actually they say it's
I need
really,
that all the time when I knit.
it sounds really good doing a project like that if you've got something that's really a problem that's really occupying your mind and feeling you quite anxious.
Oh, I
and
should
stressed.
get it out right now.
And then that takes your mind right off it because you can only concentrate on that.
I like that. Well, I'm like that with knitting anyway because I have to still concentrate. Like now I can just knit away and that's fine.
Yeah.
But when I make a mistake, then I can't have anything in the room. Flatmates know to just hide.
I know. I've been known when I have to Kitchener, when I was learning to Kitchener, to actually go into the bathroom and close the door. Details on the toilet.
Yeah, I've tried that once. Remember, and I just came to you. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But you don't like the brioche stitch.
I find it really tricky.
So I've been watching heaps of YouTube videos. I'm like, I can do that.
I can do it. I'm just not fast.
Confidence up.
Confidence. I have your confidence. That's cool. Things that I want to knit in the future. There's this pattern, called the hoodie shawl cardigan. I love it, and it starts off as a V shawl, and then you morph it into a cardigan.
Yeah,
And it has a hood.
hoodie,
Yeah, it's by Suzanne Summer. I think it's really cute, and it uses 3 different skeins, 3 different colours. So it'd be a really good stash buster of your one skein sock yarns. I want to do that, and another one that I've been looking at lately is Mountain High. Yeah, you could do that with another 2. Mountain High by Heidi Kuramaya, and it's just a plain sort of sweater pullover thing, which is quite cool. Are those the same thing?
Yeah. I always buy 2 of everything. You should know this, Darryl.
Oh yeah, they do. And then I'd use a solid.
Oh yeah, I brought this and didn't even have a project for it, but now I do.
Welcome to my world. Cool. So that's boarding. Well.
Hold on. I've got something else I'm gonna knit.
Oh what?
Well, because I've knitted heaps. Well, 2 beanies for my dad, and I know that my mum, because I'd be like this, would be like,
Mum, watch the podcast.
She's not doing
said,
anything.
Where's mine?
Yeah, where's my? Well, Mum, look what I got for you.
That's gorgeous colours.
Well,
Does she like those colours?
Yeah, so it's purple. Her colour's orange.
Oh yeah.
Do you know how I'm obsessed with lime green?
Yeah.
She's not quite that bad. Like her whole house isn't in it.
Yeah.
But I think she's not allowed it. I don't have no rules. So I found this for it, and it's got heaps of purple, which is one of her other faves, and then it's got orange in there as well.
So it's a absorbable.
Yeah. Which I'm knitting those socks I had to redo. To be honest, I've only just done the top part of it. I've done about that much.
Oh, half of that was what I did.
Okay, I've done a little bit more than that. Shh, don't tell them that. But I think because I've knitted that yarn before, like I really hate unraveling things and redoing it. And Darryl's like, oh yeah, it's fine, I'll just redo it. I'm like,
yeah, whatever.
That's hours lost.
No, it's just practice. You still enjoy doing it, and then you just get to do it again.
Yeah, but I want to wear the sock.
So you must be a product
one sock right now.
that you want the product more than you want the process of it.
But I mean, I mucked up on Dad's beanie.
Oh, so we're going into works in progress now.
Oh, well, I mean, sure, why not?
Let's go into works in progress, or well, we like to call it.
What do we call it?
Was it cruise?
I think mine's more
cruise.
Cruise. Yeah, cruise.
Because what's boarding is like.
What we're casting on.
Did we call it takeoff? I can't remember. Gosh, we're such bad podcasters. We're just winging it, get it? Winging it most of the time. Which is awesome. I like it. I like things like that. Okay, so do you want to go into your beanie? Because when you showed it last time, it wasn't very big.
No, well, I was kind of like under pressure. Got another podcast to do. Better hurry up and knit away. And then I started some, and then I just put it down. So this is how much I've done so far on Dad's beanie.
I love that colour.
Now I'm up to the G creases. But I don't know, I think it may be a bit too short for him because you meant to like flip it up.
But he doesn't want that.
He doesn't want that. So I was like, well, that says it's 2 inches. So it was at the appropriate length that it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that's how I worked it out anyway. But it looks really small.
Yeah, but it's because it's ribbed, so it goes in.
Yeah.
It's like
I know I've
super
got to block
stretchy.
it. So I need that done by today because they don't know it, but I'm coming home for the weekend.
Hi! Oh, I hope your mum's made a nice dinner.
Oh, I hope so. God, I hope my room's clean, Mum. I know I don't live there anymore, but it's still mine. God.
Because your parents live about, what, 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away from Wellington?
Yeah, exactly 2 hours from the airport.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So after duty, it's a pain in the
if you go home.
But, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I'm doing that. But I screwed up yesterday. I thought I was doing...
turbulence.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
That's for our next section.
Carry on then.
Have you got any other works in progress?
Just those socks, my cowl that I'm... like that hand-dyed cowl.
That you just haven't quite finished.
I do like 5 minutes every now and then on it. But I'm just about there. I don't know why I just don't finish it off. But I kind of don't want to because I quite enjoy knitting it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't want it to finish because then it'll be done.
Well,
but
you're not
I want it to be done so I can wear it.
You're not going to wear it realistically for another 6 months. So just put it away and just get out when you feel like it.
I can be that chick that walks around in knitted wear all summer.
Well, it was like last
go to
summer
Sydney when it's like 35 degrees and you're like, oh yeah, I'll wear my knitted stuff.
Right, my works in progress. Last time I said I was knitting the Central Park hoodie for a good friend.
You're smashing that one out.
The Ludonsky, I think.
Yeah.
And it's in pieces. It's a pieced garment, so that's what I've done so far. There's no point holding it all up. So I'm on to the last.
Oh, but show the cable. The
cables are pretty.
Really cool.
I'll show the back.
I love it.
The cables are pretty. Yeah, it is pretty. It's a really bright colour, but it will suit her. And she chose it, so she likes it. So yeah, I'm doing the last sleeve now, and then I've still got the hood to do. And then that'll be done. Probably the next podcast will be all finished actually, so that's going really well. It's meant to be done in 10 ply worsted, and I'm using a double knit. So I actually did a swatch, which is pretty unheard of for me, and worked out that I'd have to knit her a size 52-inch bastard, and she's nowhere that big. She's a little bit smaller than that, eh? I don't know what size bastards. I remember she got that up close and personal with her bust.
Let me just have a look.
It's kind of similar to me,
yeah.
so, and I think it's working out fine doing that size in that smaller yarn. And I went up a needle size because it's meant to be on 4 mils, I think, millimeters, and I'm doing 4.5. But the fabric's nice, so I'm happy with that. And then another one I was knitting last time was the Ambiguous Cowl by Knit Pill Hunter. And
I love that.
I haven't done much more because I actually had to rip the whole thing out because I can't count. You can't read a pattern, I can't count.
Yep.
So, and it wasn't working out, and I was trying to fudge it, and that didn't work. So I ripped it out, did it again. I'm much happier with that now. So that's a cool piece, cool little pattern. And I've been working on these socks for a wee while.
I love those.
For my daughter's boyfriend, who's like has dropped massive hints because of everybody else's socks and not him. And that's in that yarn called Narco. I think it's called Narco. Let me look at my look. It's a Turkish sock yarn. Oh no, yeah, Narco boho base colour 81262, which I think is a nice colour for guys to wear with jeans and things.
I like it. I think it's cute.
Anyway, he's back. He lives in Auckland and he's back down here next month. So I said him I'd be finished by then.
If I can knit a sock in a weekend,
Yes, it's
you
true.
can do it.
I just don't really like the sock, so I'm not.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So it's just making it too hard to knit. And the other sock project I have on the go is for me.
That's pretty.
I know, it's so cute. This poor yarn, these socks, this is version number 643. Because I started knitting them, then I didn't like them. And actually
I love the speckles in it.
And yeah. And it's got sparklies. You probably can't pick it up. It's got sparkles in it too. And then I worked out that actually I need to go down to 2mm needle for this yarn. And it's made a much better fabric.
I'm working on 2mm.
And the yarn is from I Knit yarn store in London near Waterloo Station. And it's their yarn called Yarn or Die. But it's pretty.
Yarn or Die.
Yarn or Die.
I love that.
It's real pretty. I like it. And it's really soft. So
I love the purple
it's
heel.
going to be cool for next winter, sorry. Yeah, I think that's all I'm really knitting on. I was knitting my featherweight. I've done a few more rows on that. There's no point showing it because it doesn't really look much different, to be honest.
Did you have to unravel some of that?
No, it was just the ambiguous cut.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I had to redo. Oh, sorry. The dog's down here and then I moved a pattern piece and he just like freaked out. He freaks out about things like that. I think that's all. So turbulence, you had a problem with your hat. So next segment's turbulence. This is our knitting mistakes and stuff ups pretty much.
I always have a lot of those.
Well, so do I. Hello, my mistake was having to redo this.
Mine was just, I think I was tired when I did it.
Tell everyone about your problem about reading a pattern. Which I have that problem with frequently.
Okay, so my pattern, it says, Darryl and I had discussed this when I first found the pattern because I was like, I need a beanie, and it's my first time knitting it on the round in a beanie. So I just wanted like a nice, easy beanie. Mm-hmm. So I found a pattern, Darryl read it out to me, and I was like, what does this mean? She was like, oh, you knit 2, purl 2, just to the end of the round. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, got it. And then the next one you knit 2, purl 1, blah, 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 blah. So yesterday morning, I was like, right, we're doing this podcast soon, like I have to get this beanie done.
Excuse me.
So then I knit 2, and I purl 2 together. I was like, cool. What else do I do? So I continued with the whole pattern of knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. And I was actually meant to purl 2 together.
You just purl 2 together once.
Yeah, so I only decreased it once. And then I was like, the next one, I was like, okay, so I did that, which was knit 2, purl 1. And I was like, well, how am I purling just that one? And I just did it. I was like, this is not working out. And then I went to the next line, and I was like, hold on, it's saying I need to have 64 stitches now, not 95. This isn't what, I went to knit 2, purl 2 together, knit 2,
purl
like
2
the
together.
whole thing.
Yeah.
It took me about an hour and a half to tinker it all back. And I didn't want to rip the needle because I hate that.
Picking them all up again.
Oh, I can't do that. And then I was like, well, how am I going to do it? Because it's, you know, like, I'm going to lose some, I'm going to drop some.
Yeah.
Confidence down. So I was like, I had to undo it.
So that's your only big mistake. Pretty much, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but then also staying the shawl. That new shawl, I couldn't work that one out.
Oh,
like I could read the pattern. Like reading the pattern was fine for that one, which was odd. Because that's way more complicated than this.
Yeah.
But I don't think I got my attention. I have no idea what I did. I sent you a photo and you're like, just undo it. I was like, nah, she'll be right. I was like, oh no, it's not. It's not fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good going.
Yeah.
That's good going. Well, what are you wearing there, Noellene?
Oh, It's something that a lovely dear friend of mine made. Do you want? I'll show it. I was like, I don't want to take it off. I love it. It's my fave, and I'm not just saying that.
Isn't it pretty? The colours are so pretty. They suit you so much.
I know.
It's actually,
They do, don't they?
it's actually fibre I spun. I do a wee bit of spinning.
Yeah.
But I'm really bad, and then I forget who the fibre's from, where I bought it, and then the labels get lost. So
I can't even remember.
I actually think this is from Skein in Australia, and it's got silk in it.
Yeah, it does have. I remember you telling me it has
Maybe.
silk. It feels like it.
And I made it, and then I knitted it as cow, and I thought, ooh, this just looks horrible on me.
And I got it.
It's much better on you.
Yeah, because you came to my what was I finishing? I was knitting something. You came over and we had a knitting day, and I opened the door, and Darryl's got her wheel. I was like, oh, I'm in. And Matt comes over, and then she's sitting there, like spinning yarn.
I forgot about that.
What was I finishing knitting? I think I was doing my
It's a little
baby
Ashford
blanket.
traveller, so it's called traveller, so you supposedly can travel with it.
What?
I actually contemplated bringing it on the aircraft and putting it in the front cupboard. Overnights.
Oh my god.
Then I thought, maybe not.
Oh yeah, I suppose because when you had all that day there, you could have done it. Crazy. Oh my god.
I know.
What a weird part. And you're the one who complains about passengers bringing big stuff on board. Here you are.
That doesn't apply
bring
to
a wheel.
us.
Oh well, that is true.
And I'm wearing this cutest little scarf. It's called the Workday scarf, and that is by, let me just consult my notes here, Sue Flanders. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I just think it's really adorable. Like this time of year, you don't want a big bulky shawl. And the yarn is another one I dyed myself, so don't ask me how I got those colours. I have absolutely no idea.
How
I think
did
it was
take
olive and grey colours, I
Didn't
think.
you do that when I did my one?
Maybe.
Yeah. How long did that take you to knit up?
Ages, because I just had it sitting in a bag for months.
Oh,
And I
okay,
just
yeah.
whip it out and do a few rows as you
Whip
do.
it off.
Whip it out. I
That's
really
what he
think, I
said.
think it's, oh my god.
Just can't help myself.
It's hilarious. But I just think it's the cutest little scarf pattern. I
do
might make
like
some
it.
more actually.
It looks quite cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because I know that the trend is for big shawls at the moment, but to be honest,
You got
We-
to knit
we-
what suits you and what you
Yeah,
like, not what's
and, like,
trending.
we you know, people
not a
do
trendy
think it's
person.
cold here in Wellington, especially Australians, but it's all relative. Like, it's not like the middle of the States where it's freezing, like
Yeah,
minus
yeah.
100 or something. But sometimes I think just a small little shawl is actually better than a large one. Anyway, that's what I think.
I'm knitting a big shawl at the moment. Well, it's going to
Oh
be,
yeah, I have
but
knitted big shawls, but
It's going to
you
take me
know.
like, the last shawl I made, that took me 3 months. I only got that done because I got
That's
sick.
pretty good. I think that's awesome,
I
actually.
want to smash it out because I want to, well, it's not like I can wear it in summer, but
I was going to say, thanks to everyone who's actually looked at this crazy podcast of ours. That's awesome.
You do like to
there's
ramble.
some people watching, and those 11 subscribers. Well
family.
done. Yeah, my family as well.
yeah.
It's so funny, isn't it? Yeah, I don't really care because I just think this is
No.
quite fun.
I like it.
Actually.
It's funny.
It just cracks me up. Oh, and a big shout out to Kendra, who is a friend of my daughter's. Kendra's not a knitter, but she enjoys our
We'll
podcast.
get her into knitting.
She
You'll be
enjoys
here.
it.
You'll be here with us soon.
She wants us to shout out, so shout out!
Love it. We'll get her knitting away.
Yeah. So, we've covered all that. I haven't got any. Oh my gosh, I have got some finished objects. One moment.
Oh.
Back again. Magics of camera work. I have finished one item. It was this cow. So that's the cool side, and that's the warm side.
Oh,
It's just the way it worked out.
I like that.
So that's done in, it's called Entrelac. This way of
Love that
knitting.
colour.
But I know, I really like it.
How did you do like that?
Oh, it's just the style of knitting you do. It looks difficult, but it's not.
It's what she always says. And it looks difficult, but it's not. Yeah.
I only learned it a few years ago in a class. But so this pattern is simple cow. I was looking at my Ravelry page. And like, that's right. I went to try and find the pattern again to put on my Ravelry page.
Yeah.
And I printed the pattern out. But do you think I could find it on Ravelry? Because there's like 500 patterns called simple cow.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, forget this. I'm not doing it. So that was the pattern. And the yarn is Noro. Although one of the Japanese girls at work, she said you pronounce it Nara.
Nara?
Yeah, well, it's a bit like that. I don't know.
Pronounce it how you pronounce it.
So I asked Sanai, I said, how do you pronounce it? N-O-R-O. It's a Japanese yarn. She goes, Nara.
Oh.
So whatever. I just call it Noro. And it's Kurion, and it took...
I love that colour.
It took me 3 balls, I think.
That's gorgeous.
3 balls of... But, yeah, it's pretty. So that'd be nice to wear next winter. I really like it.
Or I might steal that.
No, you won't.
Why not? Steal everything else.
So that is my unfinished object, unfortunately.
You really do get knit envy.
I know.
Like, you see all these things and you're like, oh, that's gorgeous. And you're like, I want that.
I know. I want everything.
It's like this. I had knit envy on this. I kept staring at you doing it. I was like, I really love it. I really love it. And then I got it.
All right. Next segment.
Look how Meg's sitting.
Oh my god, my crazy dog, which is a cavoodle,
He's sitting like a human.
You know, they're sitting like lazy sitting. He can hear the next door neighbours have got this big mobile home thing. I suppose it belongs to the next door neighbour's father, and he's doing it up, and so he's busy outside. So Mac's going nuts. Just I pull the curtain so he can't see. Okay, please let me out.
He's a character, that one.
I know. So should we get on to sky scandals, or scandals from the sky? Sky scandals, I think is what we decided to call it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Sky scandals.
Like what's happened this week?
Well, you had those drunken passengers, and yeah, that made me feel quite anxious. And I once had a drunk passenger. I thought you all might be interested in hearing this story. And it was leaving Sydney to Wellington, and this passenger came on. He asked if we were serving meals, and we do. And he didn't appear drunk. He didn't smell of alcohol, so you know that's all fine. But after takeoff, I get a phone call from down the back, and there were 2 female flight attendants and 1 male flight attendant, and they're saying that guy that you spoke to on boarding, he has got a lighter in his hand, because you have to carry lighters in your carry-on luggage, not in the hold. And he's flicking it around the cabin, and he's saying he's going to set fire to the plane. Oh my god! I went, are you kidding me? I cannot deal with this right now.
Was it on a late?
Yes.
Oh, so you would have been tired and
I know, I was.
Oh, that would have been funny to watch.
I was in no mood for any of this rubbish. So I marched down there, and I said, and we weren't full actually. It was middle of winter, so it was early September. We weren't full, and he was in a row of 3 seats by himself. And I said,
why? I said, then?
I've had complaints about you. I said you to go and sit in that seat by the window. You do up your seatbelt, and you do not say a word more, and you do not move. If you understand this, he says, oh, you know, grumble. And I said, and give me your lighter. He says, I don't have a lighter. I said, give me your lighter now. So, scary voice. So he handed me his lighter, and then that's when I noticed.
Oh, the lighter he didn't have?
Yeah, apparently. And that's when I noticed under the seat in front of him was a 1.25 litre of Jack Daniels. And guess what? It was only about that much left. So he'd bought this in duty free, and according to passengers later on told me, he actually had mixed it with Coke, and he was just sculling it back.
Why didn't they say anything? Like we say,
okay,
you're not.
We're taking off. And I
don't drink your own alcohol on the plane. We have stuff, and it's free.
Well, it's illegal.
Drink that.
It's illegal. So
money.
so I took that as well. So then I went up to so we've sort of been filling in the captain on what was happening. We went up to talk to him, and he had just recently had a guy who was drunk, who once they got up to cruise, went to sleep. So he said, oh, you know, I think he'll just go to sleep. I'm just worried that if we turn back, he'll see us going back, because they can see it on the screens, our flight path, that'll make him worse. I'm sure he'll just pass out. Just get back to me, though, in the 5 minutes. So I went, okay. Well, time we went back out again, this guy was now yelling at passengers saying they're going to kill us and kill the passengers.
Oh, lovely.
And we had little families on with small children. They were hysterical. We had to move families and that to get them away from him. And then, but at that stage, that's when I just shoulder tapped a whole lot of men and said, if we need to restrain this guy, would you be willing to? Oh, yeah. Of course, we're going to do that.
Love that.
So then the captain rings up and says, oh, what's going on down there, Daz? And I said, oh, he's got worse. I'm not happy. And he says, oh, restrain the beep. I went, okay, how exciting.
What did you not say?
So we got the restraint kit. So on board we have a kit that's got flexi cuff handcuffs, 6 of them. It's got a cutter to cut the cuff if you do it too tight. That's about it really, isn't it? It's not a lot on there.
It cannot even be too tight. What you get.
And went to the guys, the men that I decided that who would help. I said, like, we're going to restrain him. So I went up to him and I said, Mr. So-and-so, we're going to restrain you. And he says, oh, I'd like to see you try. I did which... And
like, all right, boys.
Straight away, one guy who turned out to be an ex-cop.
Oh,
nice work. Just slammed him down into the seats, the row of seats, like slammed him face down.
I wish I was there.
And got his arms behind him, and then I quickly whipped the cuffs on him.
Oh, nice.
It was so much fun. Like, I was just loving it.
Adrenaline would have been pumping through you.
And then we had that ex-cop sitting behind him, another big guy sitting beside him, and another guy in front of him. And we actually had to put on 4 cuffs at the end.
Oh, wow. Why?
Because he started to get his way out.
Oh.
And the ex-cop says, he had it on really tight.
Yeah. Like
tighter than we've been told to. And he said, that's all right, Darryl. He says, I keep checking his thumbs every 15 minutes. He's got blood flow. And this guy, he said, oh, what if I want to go to the bathroom? I said, I don't care. You sit there and you piss yourself.
Yeah,
you are not getting out of your seat. Yeah. And you're not getting your handcuffs off and blow them up. I'm going to stand there and help.
Once they're on, they're on.
They're on.
We're not taking them off.
Yeah. And the whole flight... he just was yelling out or pleading. And I thought, this guy's not just drunk. This guy's had something else with it as well. And I was suspecting
We've
other
had a
drugs.
few mental, well, not mental, but...
And this all happened before we'd even handed out arrival cards or even handed out the meals. And he was towards the back of the plane. I would say no one from the overwings forward knew what was going on. No. Until we landed in Wellington and the captain said, ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats while we welcome the New Zealand police on board. And everyone's going, what?
Love it. I love that. And I love the hot full on.
So they stayed with him until they got all the passengers off. And then he fought the police all the way down the aisle.
Oh, lovely. I wish I was there.
He was subsequently arrested. He then didn't turn up in court, so there was a warrant out for his arrest. That was in September. They finally caught up with him
I remember hearing about that on the radio,
in January. And my suspicions are right. He had taken medication on top. Alcohol on top of his medication. Yeah. He couldn't remember anything.
Wow. This reminds me of the guy I had on my flight with... I can't really say much about it, but I can give you a little bit of details. So I was doing on the bar cart. I was on the bar cart and I was making drinks, and this guy, I don't know why I remember what he wanted, but he asked for a vodka and lemonade. I was like, you're meant to be a man.
Men drink vodka.
And then Sweets made him a drink, and then he was travelling with 2 big sort of Canadian guys. Really lovely, like they're hilarious. So I made him a drink, and then I made him thing, but he kept asking for like more and whatever. Yeah. So got down 2 rows, and then I came back to give some, I think it was napkins or something, over to the food cart, because you're always constantly talking. And he grabs my hand, don't grab flight attendants. I hate
Oh my
that.
gosh, I hate that so much.
So he grabs my hand and he's like, what did you put in my drink? And I was like,
Oh, I remember that story.
And he's like, what did you put in my drink? And I was like, vodka, lemonade,
You weirdo.
and ice. He's like, you have spiked my drink. I was like, no. And he's like, you have spiked my drink. What have you put in my drink? He's
Because
like,
yeah, you're such a hot looking guy.
yeah, oh yeah. And he was like, you've spiked my drink, like, rah, 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 rah. I was like, no, so you asked for a vodka and lemonade and that's what I made. Did I make it wrong? And he's like, you've put something in my drink and kept saying it. I was like, okay. And I looked up at my CSM. She was like, what's going on? I was like,
That's like the manager. Of
yeah,
board.
yeah, manager. And I was like, you deal with it. I don't get paid enough for this. Like, I don't care. And I went to go walk off and he grabbed me again. I was like, don't touch me. Like, don't touch me. And then he keeps saying that I spiked his drink. And so we went down to the back galley. I was talking to the manager. She goes, okay, just avoid him. Don't have any more to do with him. I was like, okay,
It's a bit
sweet.
difficult on a small aircraft.
And he was singing my overwings. And so I had to go back to the forward cart. And he grabs me again. He's like, you've been swearing a lot. And he's like, you've been picking on me this whole flight. You've been like playing with my entertainment. I've seen you go up the front and you've stopped my entertainment. I was like, oh no, down the back. He kept saying it was down the back. I was like, no, so I was like, once it's up the front. Two, like, nah.
I don't.
Three,
I never
can't be
explained to
bothered
them. I
with
can't
that.
be bothered.
This is my third time talking to you besides doing the
Yeah,
ongoing briefings.
yeah.
Like, and he's like, I'm gonna take you for all you've got, you effing
Which
BITCH.
on
And like,
on the salary of a flight attendant ain't much.
no, trust me. You can have it, mate. And it's $5.50 in my account. And then he's just like, oh, I'm gonna take you for all you've got. And then he kept like trying to get the other people's beside him's heart rate. Why are you touching them? And he kept trying to grab me. And the one guy sitting
It's crazy.
on the opposite side of him is like, touch you one more time, mate, and see what happens. He's like, I'm going to go to the police after we land. And you're going to get arrested. And you're sparking my drink, you bitch. And I was like, oh, okay.
So the long story short, you actually went to court, didn't it?
So I rang the flight deck and we said, oh look, this guy, and he keeps grabbing me, keeps touching me, saying I've spiked his drink, accusing me of this, gonna take me for everything, going to go to the cops about it. And so we like landed and everything was fine. Like he stopped talking to us, like we kind of calmed him down a little bit.
Yeah.
And he started trying to be all nice. They all go nice towards the end because
Funny
I think
that.
they're like, oh okay. We have pool, okay? Like we can just go up to customers and be like, that person was really rude
yeah,
or
I've done
annoying.
that.
Oh, sorry, I did it the other day. And they help
Search
us out.
them.
Search them. They'll make them
Detain
stay there for a
them.
good hour or so
Yeah.
after. So don't muck with your flight
Don't mess
attendants.
about.
And so we like did a normal disembarkating. We had the two cops waiting there for him and the duty manager.
Yes.
And so he just thought, oh, everyone's getting off, sweet as. And then my CSM was like, oh, Mr. blah, blah, blah. We have someone waiting for you. And then it's Damon. And he was like feeling, he's like, come with me. And the next thing he's getting pulled off into the police room. And I had to do, friggin' statements and blah, blah, blah.
I know. I
went to court. I was going to have to go to court.
I've
but
had a
pleaded
passenger
guilty.
hitting another passenger and he got arrested because she had the audacity to put a seat back. What was even funny? The flight wasn't even full.
Wasn't that with
That was years ago.
Yeah,
It was on domestic.
George.
No,
okay.
there was another
He
one.
had to restrain someone.
Yeah. Getting back to touching the flight attendant. Oh.
My bum is not for you to touch, okay?
It's like,
Don't tap me.
I know you
simple
want to get our
hello.
attention,
Excuse
but
me.
like if you're in a restaurant or a
out.
cafe and you wanted something extra, you don't touch the waiter or waitress. Usually, well, for us, it's usually on our rear somewhere. It's just unacceptable, and I've started doing like this.
Yeah,
like this
I
is
did
an
that-
annoying thing at the
I
back
did
of
that
me.
yesterday to this Asian
I was like,
man.
go away.
He keeps touching my bum, like he kept tapping me, and then it started like going like this. I'm like, don't you dare! Like it was on
I've
the
done that back
side.
to them. I got, can I help you?
And so I just ignored him. He's like, excuse me. I'm like, no. And then he did it again, and I just turned around and I was like, do not touch me. And he was like, oh, well, and I was like, no, don't. Like,
Oh, it's
I'm
awful.
not there for you to be. I don't mind if you did it accidentally or,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like
a
these
different
things
thing.
happen. We are in a confined space. But it's hard when...
And then people say, well, if the flight attendants weren't so fat, they could get down the aisle without bumping into people.
Say that to my face.
Well, let's turn that around. If the passengers weren't so fat, they wouldn't be sticking out in the aisle, would they?
Or, like, you have, like, small ladies always put their feet out in the aisle. I had this one lady, she folded her legs so it was halfway out in the aisle. So we kept walking into it.
By mistake.
And then I just, no.
You're so mean.
And I was like, stepping over it. She had the seat next to her free, like,
Yeah.
and then we got to the car. And
Oh,
it was
so
like,
you had the seat next to her
excuse me,
free?
yeah. Like,
Oh, that makes it worse.
stop making our life so hard. Like, you may think it's small little things.
Oh my God.
But it's these small little things
I once
that,
tripped
like,
over a blanket in the aisle. It was an early flight to Brisbane and Auckland. It was dark, and I just went, and I'm the most coordinated person in the world. And this poor woman, she was actually American, and I think she must have got a bit freaked because she kept saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I said, relax, lady, I'm not going to sue you.
like, well.
It's all good, it's all good, it's just an accident. Yeah, drunk passengers on board, not a good look. Because, like we do say, and it is true that one drink in the air is the equivalent of having two on the ground and the effects of your
And it
body.
hits you. Like, you
When
may
it
think
hits
you're
you
fine.
when you get off.
When you get that fresh air, you become so drunk. And then customs
I
are like,
know.
you're coming with me.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about it. isn't
Yeah.
it, this week.
Need to do some more
2 weeks.
knitting.
Yeah, it's just like, as we said, we'll probably do this, try and do it every 2 weeks. It'll probably stretch out to 3, just to get schedules coordinated and things like.
Because you're so busy at the moment, aren't you, Darryl?
Busy.
Really busy.
And like poor Noellene had to work last night, so what time did you get home? About 1 in the morning?
1:15
this morning, and now here she is, and what it's like. You got here about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, you know, fun times.
Hopefully, I don't get caught out today.
You won't get caught out today. I think I'm quite confident.
Well, good. Then I can go home. Mum and Dad.
Plans for the weekend?
Go to Mum and Dad's and hopefully do nothing, but I will
nice.
probably be put to work.
Nice. Yeah, it's end of September here, so it's typical spring weather for us, isn't it? 1 minute it's raining, next minute it's sunny, and the steam's coming off the car, and then it's raining, excuse me, then it's sunny again. It's yeah.
It's gorgeous weather. It's
Mind you, I haven't really had heating on much, so that's been good.
I'm never home to have the heating on.
Oh, last weekend my son arrived from Queensland, that's right, with his girlfriend. She's a
Does she love the socks?
Yes, she did.
Oh, cute.
Her favourite colour's green.
Is it?
Yeah. Funny, eh?
She's my fave.
Yeah, and so they came. She's never been to Wellington before, and they had a great weekend, and then they went down south on Monday, and as we speak, hopefully they're on the ski fields right at the moment down south.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Are
that
they coming
was
back
nice.
to see you?
No, they leave
sad.
Christchurch.
Only to see Mum for the weekend.
Oh, they come back at Christmas time.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
That's right.
As it turns out, Nicky will be here before Zach arrives because he gets his days mixed up. So I said, oh, that's fine, we can hang out together. I'll go and show. I'm going to show her
Take her to
all
the
his
yarn
baby
shops.
photos.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
That's funny. I love that.
I know. I like doing all that sort of stuff. Though. I don't think she's a knitter. There's not much call for it in Rockhampton.
No.
It's a subtropical area, so it's pretty warm up there.
I'm kind of glad now that I don't live in a real hot place because
I know.
I wouldn't do it. I love it.
Oh, no, but I wouldn't mind Tahiti. I love Tahiti.
I've never been.
I just have to knit you just have to knit lots of cotton things.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no wool stores on the main city in Tahiti because I did look. There was none. But that's not so silly because like I was in Honolulu.
I found a wool shop in Venice.
Honolulu 3 years ago, and there's a yarn store there.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't knitting when I went there. But I saw one in Venice and I was just like,
You
I
could have
didn't-
got some Italian wool.
Yeah, but I brought these masks.
Oh, yeah,
Big
they're
mask.
beautiful.
They're scary.
They're gorgeous. I love them.
So I spent all my money on that.
Okay, folks, we just rambled on. Not a lot of knitting actually this week, have we? Thanks for watching again, and I hope that you enjoy what you see and that you'll come back and see us again. Bye.
Bye.